Myself here. Fantasy football is back. I'm excited. I wasn't able to do a breakdown of my week one plays and starting lineup, so I had no time to edit. So I thought I'd just hop on live. This will stay live and we'll see what comes out of it. We have about 9 minutes till 1 o'clock and the kickoffs. First and foremost, just want to say never forget September 11th, 21 years ago. I remember where I was. If you remember where you were, I'll just take a moment today and reflect back on those who were lost and part of a absolute tragic attack. So let's just take a moment of silence for right now. All right. Let's take a look at my lineup for the week. Of course, football started on Thursday. We're all well aware of that, but things have changed in terms of starting players for me. So I have about 8 minutes just to finalize my lineup here before I go into DraftKings and make some lineups for the rest of the day. So let's go ahead and switch over onto the starting lineup. So this week, I was hoping that J.K. Dobbins actually wouldn't start, having him for the long haul of the season. He's going to be an important player for me. He is a R1, R2 back right now. He's out. So I saw some TikToks, I saw some Instagram reels throughout the week, and some Twitter conversations about J.K. Dobbins. He's still recovering from that ACL injury. He's obviously not 100%. He was one of I think he was a top 4 pick that I went with. I think he'll bounce back once he's 100%. And then let's take a look at the rest of the lineup here. So, of course, at quarterback, I have Justin Herbert. I do have Tua on the bench and Desmond Ridder just in case he pops off later in the season type of thing. And then my running back core is Jonathan Taylor, my first pick that I had of the draft. And then I am playing Damian Harris against Miami. This is tough because it's either Damian Harris or A.J. Dillon. And A.J. Dillon is a stud. So, unfortunately, this is going to be one of those where I have to go with kind of my gut. I've done a little bit of research, and I could tell you just historically last year that Damian Harris performed for me. So, I have no issue giving the start in week one and hopefully getting the projected points at least here, which is 9. I think he'll get more if he gets a touchdown and a handful of touches and get some yardage. I think he'll hit 10 easily. Wide receiver core, I already had Gabe Davis that played on Thursday. Had a great game, had 14 points. I think he could have had more. He probably could have ended up with 20 or 21 if he had a couple more catches there in the end zone. But it's all good. I'm not worried about the teams that are winning. I'm worried about the teams or the players' performance for my team. And, of course, CeeDee Lamb, I'm going to go ahead and give him the start. That's a no-brainer. And then if we look at tight ends, I don't have any other tight end options. There's no one in free agency right now, so I'm tied up with Noah Fant. We'll see how he performs against his former team on Monday. That's going to be my last player that plays. So if I am losing the game, my week one result will be with Noah Fant. And then on the flex was a hard decision for me too because of J.K. Dobbins being out and unsure of how he's going to produce. So I was stuck between Devonta Smith, Elijah Moore, and then A.J. Dillon and Damian Harris. So I'm starting Damian Harris. against Miami. I think that's the better move than A.J. Dillon against Minnesota. Again, A.J. Dillon, Aaron Jones. It's hard to choose who you want to start between those two. And at one moment last year, uh, I I was in a very similar position. And I'm going to go with Damian Harris. I know it may bite me or it may not bite me, but I'm going to go Damian Harris at RB1. At the flex, I'm putting Devonta Smith in over Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore is playing Baltimore Ravens. Ravens D, I think, is solid, right? I don't know if it's top 5. I haven't done any research on defenses, to be honest. I'm kind of slacking here in terms of fantasy. But we're going to go ahead and start Devonta Smith. Bucks D I picked up, and then for kicking, Nick Folk. So I'm projected to hit, 90 something points. Let's take a look. ESPN is major lag. Whoa, okay, that's great. Probably because everyone is rushing to make their last picks 3 minutes before kickoff. There we go. Turbotown Bazookas. So my projection is 99. My opponent is projected at 94. When we look at the matchup, quarterback, I think I'm going to win that battle there. Running back 1, I'm going to win that battle. Running back 2, they're probably going to win that battle. Wide receiver 1 and 2, I'm going to give the edge to my opponent. Tight end, who knows? Flex, this is tough. Devonta Smith against Mike Williams. Projected, they have Mike Williams getting 10 and Devonta Smith getting 8. Again, let's remember, these are ESPN projections. When are they ever accurate? I would say they're somewhat accurate, but nah. Defense, we have Broncos versus Bucks. I see why they have the Broncos defense in this matchup, getting more points than the Bucks, but I think I have the leverage here with the Bucks. And then we're looking at Nick Folk versus Daniel Carlson. It's the kicking game is different. Kickers can get 20 points. I've seen it happen before. So the edge here, we're just going to keep it as a draw between the two. Looking at the bench, there's really no other options that I have outside of A.J. Dillon on who I would play this week. We'll see what happens. Kickoff is in 2 minutes. If you're watching this after the live, then you'll know. But fantasy football is back, y'all. I'm excited. I was excited on Thursday seeing Gabe Davis go off with the first touchdown of the season, and then in addition to getting me some points. So I'm excited about that. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. I'll be back in maybe 15 minutes or so, and we'll see how the first 15 minutes of football in week 1 goes. It's AJ here. I'm going to go ahead and go on to the break cam. We'll have some music playing, and we'll get back to it.
Other banks go out of their way to make redeeming credit card rewards needlessly complicated. But Discover isn't like that. With Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount, at any time. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards. Terms apply.
All right. Kickoff. Football is here. I'm going to go ahead and pull up a stat sheet that we can have and kind of monitor together. I don't have a plan on streaming during football games, but again, as I had mentioned, I didn't have the chance to record my lineup and cover kind of who I was starting this week and kind of some of the big notes around fantasy football. So I figured, it's Sunday. I'm watching football anyway. Might as well go live and just kind of share fantasy football stats. Let me go ahead and pull up DraftKings here. So again, fantasy football. I'm in an ESPN paid league where we play for, I don't even remember what it is. I think it's 500. All right, let's go ahead. I need to get some music in the background. There we go. Put this down. 35. DeAndre Swift has one carry for 50 yards. I'll take it. All right. Give me one moment. I need to log into my DraftKings. Hope everyone's having a great Sunday. If you're watching this after the stream, hope you had a great Sunday. Nothing crazy, no kickbacks yet. or run backs, shall I say. All right, so we'll go ahead and pull up kind of this fantasy list that we have real time. I'm watching football on the side. I can't stream that for obvious copyright reasons. I'm not trying to get kicked off of YouTube when I haven't even been monetized on this channel yet. So that's a no-no. But I will keep you all up to date with any major scores. So far right now, we have DeAndre Swift leading the pack. Christian Kirk a little behind at 2.5 points. Nearly double. I'm going to go ahead and check out my DraftKings and see what my 1 o'clock games are looking like. I only played a handful. Yeah, trash. It's all good. I know one of the lineups that started DeAndre Swift, so that's the only one that's helping me out. Damian Harris, look at that. I gotta find a way where I can listen to the games without broadcasting it on live. That's a copyright strike. Strike, not a claim, but actual strike. Hey, Lions went downfield. Love it. Lions went downfield and scored a rushing touchdown. That is what I like to see. Bears defense doing some work. Cool. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna try to get something figured out and maybe make another stream for the 4 o'clock games, or possibly do an update at halftime. Jamal Williams, there we go. Jamal Williams in the pack. Oh. Yeah. But thank you guys for tuning in. I know this is why I prefer to do edited videos instead of going live sometimes, especially when it comes to fantasy football. I do my prep on my lineup, as you saw, but trying to give a little more detail, maybe not 10 minutes before kickoff. But it's all good. Stay tuned. It's AJ Carver here. Until next time, or maybe in 3 hours, we out.